Hi everyone, Sure with Small Pets here. So I'm actually here with Evie. I don't film a lot with her because a lot of the times she's just not awake when the lighting's okay for filming. She's just been cleaned out, so she's pacing. She is going to be 2, either is right now or is turning it very soon. So I thought this would be a good one for a senior hamster. And I thought I'd just show you around her cage really fast and show you what she's eating, because I actually get that requested a lot. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, this is amazing. There it is. Did you finally nope. The fight's not over. Oh my god. Anyways, so what you see in Evie's mouth right now is basically a potato-based, cooked, obviously, dog treat. There's really nothing special to them. People have been using them for years. I've been using them pretty much since we brought home Boo, so years ago now. And they're just a great little, like, once in a while snack that it's good for their teeth. I don't know why she seems to be in such a dilemma right now as to where to take it. She can't decide. Life is tough. Anyways, so that she does not get very often. I do that when I do a full cage clean, which is not very frequently. I do maybe 4 full cleans a year. Hamsters do get stressed out when you screw up their territory. That being said, you still do have to do spot cleans. And those you do weekly checks, especially if you've got a big cage. She is in the IKEA Detolf, so if you have a smaller tank, then obviously you gotta do it a little more frequently. But when you have a hamster, you get used to a lot of where they like to go to the bathroom, and you just change it when you can. As for her diet is a little different now that she's older. We've upped the protein to make things like her fun. What are you doing? To make some of her body functions a little bit easier, to keep her organs going. And because she is horrendously active for her age, we're always worried that, she's going to fall wrong, but at the same time, she hasn't shown any kind of deterioration. This is actually her post-stroke, by the way. She suffered a stroke about a month and a half ago. Where we thought we were going to lose her, and because she couldn't move, she just couldn't move, and now she's doing this. She's on her wheel all the time, so she made a pretty well a full recovery, which is incredible. I've had hamsters have strokes, and I've never seen this type of recovery before. So I'm so glad and so relieved. But yeah, she is getting older, so her diet's really important. So her diet is made up of a bunch of different things. The part of a good, healthy hamster diet is figuring that all out. I believe Erin's Animals has an excellent hamster diet that she does as well. I've always enjoyed what the Hamster Ninja talks about, but I thought, what the hey, I might as well do mine. And so we use as our main base, we use Hazel Hamster. A lot of you guys in Canada are going to have a hard time finding that now, which is very frustrating, but we get ours ordered in from a local pet store. It's got a really nice high protein count as it is. It's not, it's a mix, so there's corn, there's seeds. I tend to take a lot of the corn out, not all of it, because she's older at this point, and sometimes the carbs aren't the worst. But if you have a dwarf hamster, that's definitely something you need to keep in mind. This is for a Syrian who has much higher, much less of a risk of something like type 2 diabetes, or diabetes in hamsters. If you if you don't know what that is, you finally figuring out where you want to go. So that's our main base. The other things that we mix in are different types of like certain bird seeds, like the odds we mix in a bit of sunflower seed. We do mix in a few peanuts. We put in a bag. I put like about a handful of plain Cheerios. And then the other big ingredient that we put in is this stuff right here. I'm just gonna grab it under the calyx. We use Missouri, Hamster, and gerbil. We mix it in with the hazel hamster, and I absolutely love it. It's 22% protein, so I don't use it as its own food. I don't think I like the ingredients, quite frankly, of hazel hamster more, but as the extra protein zap, I think it's fantastic. She really, really enjoys it. It's these nuggets, the big nuggets right in there. That's what it looks like, and she just loves it. And it's, like I say, it's especially important for us right now that she's older. Clearly, she's struggling. What are you doing? Hi. This video is way more ramblier than I wanted it to be, but I mean, it is what it is. This is really entertaining. The other important thing that we include in her diet are dried mealworms. That grosses out a lot of people, including Mr. Sherwood. So I'm the main person that deals those out. I can't do live ones. That's just gross to me. But I understand the importance of the protein in the mealworms themselves. So we get them in like a it almost looks like a spice shaker, which is really like unnerving. In the reptile section at PetSmart, I think it's like $9.99 for a really large jar. Not the ones in any kind of like liquid, because those get gross like really quickly, and hamsters don't need that many mealworms. So the shaker thing's bigger and a little more expensive, but it's gonna last a lot longer and not get moldy, which is a bit of a priority. And then she also gets fresh things like unsalted scrambled eggs every now and again. Another thing that's good for protein. Not a lot. Don't put anything on them, obviously. She's had pancake before. Didn't really care for it, so I never bothered with it again. The other thing she loves is like if we're having Christmas dinner, freaking loves like a little bit of turkey. And it's not something that she gets very often, but she really, really likes it. And that being said, you can also get things like baby food to give them as a treat. She hasn't had them. She had a bit of it when she had her stroke. Wasn't nuts about it like some of our hamsters, so we just kind of didn't bother with it anymore. But that's what we feed her on a regular basis, and then her treats as well. She doesn't get a lot of store-bought treats just because like the odd like unspiced people food is what she enjoys. We don't do vegetables. I just don't. I've had a couple instances with hamsters with diarrhea, and it scares the crap out of me. No pun intended. And oh, that was bad. And so I don't bother with those because it's not something that she needs. She gets her other like her vitamins and other vegetables in her food, and we do give her like sweet potato baby food sometimes, but beyond that, I don't. It makes me nervous. That's not to say you shouldn't. It's just it's not something that we do, especially now that she's getting older. Introducing things like that to her diet just doesn't seem necessary. Hi. So this has been like basically a 10-minute watching Evie walk around video. But I know the food thing is something I get asked a lot, and I know it's not a science. It's not a science at all. It's learning different ingredients, different numbers and percentages that you know that your hamster needs. So you adjust them as they get older. Her diet has gotten a little bit more specific as she's gotten older because we do want to prolong her her quality of life. And as you can see, she's doing really well. So we're really, really pleased with that. If you have any questions, and I probably missed a whole bunch of important points because this has just been amazing. But yeah, you can just leave them in the comments below oh my God, as always. And yeah, this is Evie and a little update with her. as like a little happy second birthday type thing. Yeah, that's Evie. Bye, everyone.